Hi YouTube friends, it's Ellen from Ellen's Abundant Life on Less. And we are on day 20, only 11 more days to go. How's it going? I'm still hanging in there, still cooking from my pantry, freezer, refrigerator. So I was blessed with some fresh produce that didn't cost me anything. I talked about that in my previous video. So anyway, today is the spa day at home. Now, if you're not into spa or, you know, big time bath things, which I'm not, um, whatever your thing is, if you want to just sit and relax to music, um, just pamper yourself. Take a day to pamper yourself. That's what today is all about, a day to pamper. So whatever that means for you, whether it's doing your fingers and toes or your face, reading a book all day long, watching TV all day long, binging on Netflix or YouTube or whatever your thing is, that's what today is for. And it's actually a day of relaxation and just a day where you do you. I like that. How about you? So anyway, let me just say, well, today's about resting and relaxing and recharging. After all the work you've done the past 19 days, you deserve a break. And I think everybody should take at least one day a week. If you can't do the whole day, do 2, 3 hours, whatever time frame you can afford. That's what you should do. And you need to do this every week. You deserve it. You work hard all week. Even those of, us that don't work, that are retired, we still have our homes, we still have our families, and or pets, or whatever your thing is. If it's cleaning, that's great too, but you deserve a day of rest. And actually, that's the way it used to be in the good old days, where Sunday the stores weren't open. If you didn't get all your things during the week, Saturday was the last chance until Monday. Sunday, all the stores were closed. The only thing that was open was maybe a Lawson's or a convenient where you could run in and, get a few provisions. But that hasn't been that way for a long time. And sadly, it's not going to be that way, I don't think, ever again. But it was for a day for spending with your family, and even God rested on the seventh day after he created the world. So why not? Don't feel guilty about it either. That's a problem in our society. We're so hyped up on busy, 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 busy that when we aren't doing anything, it feels weird. We start feeling guilty, but that's not good. That is just not good. Every human being deserves relaxation and rest. Your body needs to rest, to decompress, to de-stress. It's a part of living that's very important. So anyway, having said that, if you're into it, you could take a spa bath with your sachets, the bubble bath, the honey salt scrub, candles. If you have some wine, have a glass of wine, and just chill if that's your thing. So that's one thing you can do. You can do a spa facial. Remember yesterday we prepared with a facial, or, look through your stash of goodies. And if you have some masks or something, use one of those. Whatever you find, either do your own or use up what you have. What else? Manicure, pedicure. If you have polish laying around, I'm sure we all have polish somewhere. Or, if you just like a natural look, you can get a buffer for your nails and shape them nicely. Now, I started my manicure. I spent the day with my grandkids today, so I'm actually going to do my spa day tomorrow, but I started, I filed my nails and now I need to put some polish on. And that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So I'm going to relax tomorrow. But I'm kind of a day behind everything anyway. Actually, on some things, I'm more than a day behind. But I'm plugging away at it because I've talked about it before. You know, some of us that have some physical limitations where we can't just go, go, go all the time, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You just do it at your own pace. And if it takes you 2 months to get through a 31-day or 3 months to get through a 31-day plan, that's wonderful. Just keep going. You know, rest and keep going. Do what you need to do and don't feel guilty about it. Don't ever feel guilty about these things. So, whatever you choose to do for your spa relaxation day, you deserve it. So, just go for it. So that's it. And tomorrow it's going to be a reflection of the past week, you know, what we learned, what our problems were, what did you like about it, but I'll go over that again tomorrow. So anyway, there's a challenge out there from Life with Patti, and she put a challenge out to, oh, I wanted to show the book. Again, I don't want any YouTube problems. Uh, 31 Days Living Well and Spending Zero by Ruth Sukup. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is where a lot of the ideas are coming from. Some of the ideas are mine, some of them are hers. So, but I'm giving credit for this whole thing to Ruth. Anyway, Patti came up with a $30 challenge for groceries and to see how many meals you could come up with for $30. So I'm not actually going shopping, so I did a virtual Walmart shop, and I actually have all these things in my cart, and some of these things I will actually buy when my 31 days is up, and I actually had to spend $30.15, and here's my total. $30.15. And the reason I had to do that was because Walmart grocery delivery doesn't, you can't do the delivery service unless you have $30 in your cart. So I had to order another taco seasoning, and that put me over 15 cents. But I really didn't need to, but that's what I had to do. So this is what I came up with. And let's see here. I'm just going to read this off to you, and then I will read off what the meals were that I came up with. And actually, I could go way longer than this because this is only for 2 people. So whatever the portions are for 2 people, you know, it's not a whole bag of veggies. It's not a whole bag of whatever. So I'm not going over the portions that are recommended. So that's why I'm saying I could actually do these meals probably twice. So I could maybe potentially, and I might do that, do a whole month with just the $30 and see how far I get. So anyway, without further ado, I will tell you what I bought virtually and what it costs. So I got the Great Value Taco Seasoning Mix. Those are 34 cents each, and I got 2 of those because, like I said, I had to get $30 and I couldn't really find anything for less than 34 cents. So I got 2 of those. I got Morningstar Farms Veggie Griller Crumbles. And by the way, I forgot to mention this. This is all plant-based meals. So that's my thing. You do you, but that's my thing. So I got one 12-ounce bag of that, and that was $3.67. I got 2 cans of petite diced tomatoes in tomato juice. Now those are 28-ounce cans, and there's 2 of those for $1.64 for 2. I got Great Value flour tortillas, and that's a 12 count. That was $1.88. I got Great Value hamburger buns, 8 count, and that was 87 cents. I got House Foods tofu firm, that was $1.44. Great Value long grain enriched rice. Now that's 2 pounds, so that'll go a long way. I got one package of that for $1.46. I got a head of iceberg lettuce. That was $1.28. I got a bag of frozen peppers and onion blend. That was 20 ounces for $2.33. Great Value large white eggs, 18 count for $1.45. Hang in there. I got Great Value tater tots. Those were $1.68. I got Great Value potato hash brown patties, the shredded ones. Now there's 10 of those for $1.63. I got 15 ounce, oh, they're getting smaller, used to be a pound of spaghetti pasta. That was $1. I got 16 ounces of Great Value rotini pasta. That was only 82 cents. I got 2 bags of California style vegetable mix, frozen, and those two came to $1.96. And for my seasoning, since you had to buy everything. So I got a 5.7 ounce jar of Great Value garlic salt. I got 42 ounce quick oats for $2.46. I got 2 pounds of pinto beans for $1.48 and 16 ounces, 1 pound of black beans. That was $1.44. And that all came to, like I said, $30.15. And I couldn't figure out how to print the receipt without actually checking out. So this is how it printed. But, you know, the prices are here and the amounts are here and what I bought. So, but the total was what was important. So right there. Okay, so these are the meals I came up with, and I came up with 20 of them. So the first thing that I would do is cut my tofu in half, and I would stick it in my little mini blender with a little bit of water and some garlic salt, and that I would make into like a tofu cream cheese. Now I don't have lemon, so otherwise I would add some of that to it just to give it more of a cheesy flavor. But wherever I'm going to use cheese, I'm just going to use that, and the other half of the block I'm going to use in other dishes. So, and like I said, remember this is servings for 2, and I'm going to go by the serving size. You know, so I'm not going to make a whole bag of veggies for 2 people. You know, I'm just going to go by the portion size. So the first meal I came up with was black beans and rice with tomatoes, and those are fairly big cans of tomatoes, so those are going to make quite a few meals. I came up with hash browns and eggs, and there were 10 patties of hash browns, so you figure if everybody eats 1, or maybe if you have a husband, he might eat 2, and there's 18 eggs, so whatever the portion size is, that was a meal. A tater tot casserole, which I would have made with the veggie crumbles and tomatoes and probably some of the peppers and onions, and I would put that on the bottom of a casserole and maybe some of my tofu cream cheese over that with the tater tots on top. Now the casserole would only be this big for servings for 2. So, you know, if you want to make it for 4, then it would go even further. But that I came up with that. And I bought the flour tortillas. So you could make soft tacos with the veggie crumbles and tomatoes and shredded lettuce. And you could smear some of the tofu cream cheese on the taco and Bob's your uncle. Then I came up with some burritos. Again, you could put rice and beans, tomatoes, and you know, smear the tortilla with some of your cream cheese. and you know, lettuce and roll it up like a burrito, and that would be tasty. I came up with a frittata with pasta, peppers and onions, and of course with a frittata you're going to use the eggs. So I figured maybe 4 eggs for that with the pasta and the peppers and onions. And then I came up with meal number 7 is black bean burgers with tater tots. And I bought the buns, and I would put the peppers and onions and a little bit of tomatoes in there, either that or top it with some of the tomatoes. And again, the tofu cream cheese. Now you don't have to put it on this thick so that it, you know, you have enough of it. Put some of that on there, some lettuce, and there you go. And I would season that, of course, with the garlic salt. That's why I chose the garlic salt. It's very versatile. Had I had more of an allowance, I would have gotten a few other spices and some lemon juice, but I didn't have enough for that. So meal number 8 is fried rice with peppers and onions and eggs. Meal number 9 is pasta and scrambled eggs. Actually, that's one of my favorite, well, quick meals. I like having the scrambled eggs and you know, put leftover spaghetti pasta in there, and it makes a good meal. You can have it with a salad. Now, 1 head of iceberg lettuce, if you shred it up, it goes a long way, and you can make a lot of meals with it. So that was a meal. Meal number 10 is pasta with tomatoes and California veggies. Again, you could use some of the tofu cream cheese if you wanted to, just to give it a little bit more creamy. Otherwise, just season it with some of the garlic salt, and that would be delicious too. Meal number 11 is rice seasoned with garlic salt and tomatoes. Now you could make that as a meal. You could add some of the California veggies with it. Since we have 2 bags of that, it's going to go pretty far. So you could make that. Meal number 12 is 2 bean chili, and I would use some of the taco seasoning and the crumbles and the peppers and onions that I had frozen. Now you don't need a lot of it, but you know, you could use that. Meal number 13, I could make a savory oatmeal sausage out of oatmeal, garlic salt, some of the veggie crumbles. I could put one of the an egg in there, and I could also put a bun in there because we have 8 buns. So crumble that up instead of, or you could dry the buns and make breadcrumbs out of it. So that would be a meal. Meal number 14, a rice bowl with veggies, tomatoes, and lettuce. And number 15 is spaghetti with veggie crumbles, some more of the tomatoes from the 2 large cans of canned tomatoes with peppers and onions and garlic salt. Number 16 is a hash brown patty, and you could make a pinto bean patty and then have veggies with it. Now with the pinto bean patty, you could make it like a veggie burger and just eat it like you would a piece of meatloaf or something, you know. So you could season it with the tomatoes and peppers and onions and the garlic salt or whatever you could come up with. Meal number 17, since I still have plenty of tortillas left, I could make a taco salad. And I actually had showed in a previous video where I have the taco shell thing, and you can bake the taco or the tortillas and make a shell out of it. And then you could do your shredded lettuce, you could do your tomato, whatever you want, and you could make a dressing out of tofu and tomatoes and garlic salt and some water so that you could have a little dressing on there. Okay, almost done. Meal number 18, veggie and tofu stir fry with rice, because remember we have a lot of rice, and 1 cup of rice, half a cup of rice is 1 serving, so all you need, 1 cup of rice makes like, what, 2 cups cooked. So that's a meal. And 2 more. Number 19, you could make a breakfast burrito out of the flour tortillas, scrambled eggs. You could put some of the oatmeal sausage in if you made extra of those, peppers and onions, and roll it up into a tortilla and have a breakfast burrito. And number 20 is rigatoni, but I would use the rotini pasta. And then you could make a salad and again have the tomato, tofu, garlic salt dressing. So I could come up with a lot more meals than that, but those are 20 meals I came up with. And I'm sure that these 20 meals could be doubled. So the $30, beans and rice and tofu and all that, and the tortillas goes a really, really long way. So anyway, that was sort of an extra bonus. And since it's a 31-day low spend, no spend, I actually have most of these ingredients already in my pantry and refrigerator. So I'm going to use some of these meal ideas to get me through the rest of the month. And that's what I'm going to do. So enjoy what you have. I'm actually having a great time with this. I know some people go, I can't do this, and that's fine, but I am actually having a wonderful time doing this, and I'm going to definitely do it again. I'm going to eventually do some grocery shopping, and like I said, I already have all this stuff in my Walmart cart, but I don't actually need all of it since I have a stash of beans. I have most of these ingredients already in my stash. So anyway, did I ever tell you about this Bubba cup? This thing is great. It really, really holds the cold and it holds the heat. And I like to make my homemade iced tea. Somewhere I have a video on that. If I can find it, I'll post it here in a card. But this really keeps everything really cold. And I like either very cold beverages or hot beverages. So for me, this thing is great. And I think I got this, and I'm not sponsored or anything for this, but I just like to pass on tips. I got this at Walmart, last month, and I think I paid $11 or $12 for it. And it fits in my car carrier, and I like the handle because of the arthritis in my hands. If I hold this like this too long, it really hurts my joints. So this, if I'm driving and drinking my coffee, the handle comes in really handy and it isn't in the way of anything. So this is the one I chose, but they have a bunch of different Bubba cups, and I'm really impressed with that. So anyway, I've been blabbing for almost 25 minutes here. So I just want to get this video posted, and I appreciate everybody for coming back and visiting with me. If you're a new subscriber, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you all so much. And that's all I have for today. And I'll be back tomorrow with day 21. And I just want to say I love you guys, and abundant blessings to all of you. And I'll see you next time.